Okay, let's go.
I've got a lot of questions lately about my shirt. Start, START. What does it mean? What's the meaning behind it? All those different things. It comes from the events that I host and the calls that I do and things like that. When the most common question is, how do I get started in real estate? And for most people, a great way to get into real estate is through wholesaling. Wholesaling is the action of taking a property, putting it under contract, therefore getting the equitable interest that that contract gives you, then marketing that equitable interest to end buyers, investors, and selling that equitable interest for a profit. That's the definition of wholesaling at its core for real estate. You don't actually own the property. You have very little invested at risk. So it's a low barrier entry. There's a lot of laws that are coming out that affect that business. It's a very state specific type situation right now. Um, a lot of people have done things the wrong way for many years, and that's kind of catching up to people. But it's still an amazing way to get into the business, into real estate. You get to see all the different aspects of real estate. You get to deal directly with sellers. You get to deal directly with buyers, all different types of exit strategies. You get to learn a lot of different techniques on how to buy real estate, how to sell real estate, renovations, repairs. You get to start learning that entire business as well. So wholesaling is a great way for people to get started. And so I put the START program together as an acronym to kind of help you with the 5 steps to a wholesale deal. It's study, target, acquire, resell, and transact. And that is where START comes from. That's the acronym, and that's why I wear the shirt, right? I always tell people that the number one step as far as getting started in real estate is just simply taking action. So you've kind of taken action today by listening to this video and checking out the channel. I definitely appreciate it. Um, but once we take action, what are those steps? What are those action steps? And so the START program lays everything out for you. We're going to talk about all 5 of the steps: study, learning about your market, about your sellers, about your buyers, about your budget, and things of that nature, the things that you want to think about before you get started, and the things that you want to continually think about as you continue to grow in real estate, whether you're creating a business in wholesaling or this is just kind of getting your feet wet in the industry. Targeting is a huge part of wholesaling. If you end up running a big wholesale organization, wholesale company, you're basically a marketing company. You're not really a real estate company at that point. It's completely fine. It's a great business to get into for the people that enjoy it and want to do it. But targeting is super, super valuable. It's finding the people that have the motivation and the need to sell and providing solutions to them. So how are we going to target? How are we going to have quality conversations? Who are the quality conversations that we're going to have, and how we're going to find them? Once we found them, we'll move on to the acquire step. Now we're having quality conversations with people that need our solutions, that need our help. Let's talk to these owners. Let's find out what their problems are. Let's develop a solution around their real estate to where we can actually acquire the property and acquire that equitable interest by putting the property under contract. Once we have a property under contract, that's when the resale step really kicks into high gear. That's when we're cultivating our relationships with the buyers in our market, the flippers, the other wholesalers that have buyers, the landlords, all the people in your network, in order to sell that equitable interest for a profit. So we're going to move into that resale step, and we're going to provide solutions again. We're going to provide solutions to people that don't have the time and effort and money to be able to go out and source their own deals and sit at kitchen tables and have conversations. We're going to do that legwork for them, and we're going to charge our fee for that. The final step is Transact. That is where everything comes together. That is where we, as the wholesaler, ideally control the transaction. We're the ones that are in communication with our sellers. We're in communication with our buyers. Everything is sent through an attorney or a title company, so that all the paperwork is handled in a legal way and everybody gets paid. So I think that the Transact step is absolutely one of the most overlooked steps in a wholesale transaction and a real estate transaction in general. There's an entire industry in real estate for transaction coordination. People all across the world that specialize in real estate transactions. That's that way for a reason. It's a vital step. It's all about communication. It's about controlling communication, making sure that everybody's on the same page, everything's front and center, and everybody knows what's going on. And it's super important. So those are the 5 steps, and I'm going to put together a little video series for you guys. So um, hit the like button, share it, subscribe, so that you know when these pop out. I'm going to try to get them over the next couple of weeks so that everything's out there for you. Study, target, acquire, resell, and transact. The 5 steps will start program. I appreciate you guys joining. I'll look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, let's go.